Welcome back to the Real AF TV podcast, the show about fishing random takes from the land of 10,000 lakes. We're in part
Yep.
2,
Yep.
the random take. We're just talking about summer grilling, or as 50 Cent would say, summertime, it's the grilling season. It's out at this bitch is a good enough reason.
Yeah, grilling. That's what he would say if he was talking about grilling.
If he was talking about grilling.
Yep. G-Unit.
Okay. So,
grilling.
Is that what G unit stands for? A grill unit?
Yeah, the grill unit.
Oh, I thought so. I wasn't sure, but now that you say it, huh?
That's exactly what it stands for. When you see me, if you're real, you know how to grill unit.
So if you are doing the whole, hey, we drop on our off week now, we drop the fishing topic on Wednesday and we drop our random take on Friday. So if you're listening to this on Friday night and it's just the grilling topic, there's more. Go back and listen to the full episode. Check it out. Just look us up.
First half over there.
Yep. It's over there. It's just over there. Just check it out. Because we made the transition by talking about a eel and how it's decent on the grill, smoking it and stuff like that. And I wanted to talk about cooking fish with the skin on the grill, because that's actually something I've never done. I've never even cooked fish with the skin on, but salmon is super good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes. And because you brought that up, if you go back and listen to the first half, you'll learn I'm a fucking liar. I've totally cooked fish with the skin on before. I forgot about salmon. I've never done it with any of the fish that I've caught. I fillet it, but
yeah, that's what you meant.
Salmon with the skin on, and it's way easier to grill salmon with the skin on because you don't have to worry about like charring that side. If the skin gets a little bit dark, I'm not going to eat the skin,
Yeah.
You just pick the meat off the skin. So
is that how you do it too? Like, because you can cook, like you can just char the skin so much on a fish that it becomes edible.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a crunchy just part of the fish now. How did you do it?
Yeah, I think you can probably eat the skin, but I just didn't eat it. I just picked it right off. I ate it straight up on the grill. I have like a pizza pan type deal that has holes in it so the smoke can come through. And
cool.
So it's like a round
I got you.
pizza pan, I don't know, 12-inch probably. And it has holes in the bottom so it gets that flavor. And I just cooked it on that.
Like you just threw the salmon skin on,
just seasoned it up and threw its skin on right on the thing like that. I don't think I preheated the pan. I just put it directly over the coals and then just cooked it up. It's awesome.
Oh shit,
dude, salmon's dope. Like it's hard to screw it up.
Dope, dude.
Yeah, my least favorite way is like broiling it in the oven with like lemon and stuff, which it's not bad, but I think it's way better like grilled, or I've pan fried it before. That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Smoking it is clearly like you don't it's not $7 at Walmart for a chunk like that because it sucks. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. A chunk like a deck of cards, I should say. Not everybody can see me. I keep forgetting that
because we have video now.
Yes. And I'm like watching myself. I forget
that I know
not everybody can eat. Like this isn't what you're gonna get. Not for everybody.
Doing it for both, because still we have the podcast feed too. We're still learning, and that's also part of the reason why we're holding off on the video. That's part of the reason why I don't want to just go live on YouTube with the video podcast, because we are still learning it. And I think that we're not just going to go, hey, we're on video now, and then we'll forget. Like I want to hold off, and I wanted us to hold off and just kind of learn the technology, but also kind of learn the technique by knowing that we're not just feeding this straight to YouTube.
Right.
I think it helps. I think it's helping us. Anyways, back to I don't want to stick on the fish just yet, because I want to bring it back to the fish near the end. I'm gonna make, because you're talking about the smoker, it made me want to transition into this one. I'm gonna make a smoked mango barbecue sauce this summer.
Oh, that sounds nummy.
Yeah. never smoked fruit. It's possible though. I mean, it'll be fine. I'll just put it in the smoker. It'll be fine,
Yeah.
right?
I've grilled fruit before. Never
No
smoked it.
shit.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking
Pineapple.
about. Tell me more.
Yeah, I've grilled pineapple. I've grilled
Nice.
peaches and
Really?
apricots. Yeah. It's
Whoa,
awesome,
dude.
man. Like you put uh brown sugar on the peaches or the
Oh,
apricots. Maybe they're one and the same almost. I don't know if we did the
they're
same
similar
thing for
fruits,
both.
I think.
Yeah, they're very close. But yeah, you just put the brown sugar on them and
Yeah.
then grill them, and they're not. You put the coals far enough away. If you have a grill that you can adjust, the ones that I've done it was up north, and my dad has a bigger grill where you can crank down the coals, so it's
You're talking
you get
so you have a charcoal grill
charcoal.
with
Yep, yep.
like a deck
Unless
inside it?
it's a tray where all the coals sit on, and then you can crank that up and down. Like the
Nice.
the grill rack itself stays still, but
Yep.
then you can raise and lower the coals.
The coals.
So
Oh, that's
we
so
just
fucking
lowered
cool,
it
dude.
down so you're getting that like grill flavor, but
Uh-huh.
it's just a heat. It's basically just kind of like bacon in there like an oven, but it's
Damn.
getting that grill flavor. Yeah, they're
Right.
pretty good. And then we had it with ice cream too, so you got grilled
Oh, is that what you did it with? Is that
yeah,
what you
grilled peaches with brown sugar, and then you make that shit a la mode. And then the pineapples were just like that's just kind of like the same as like ham. When you're cooking the
Yeah,
pineapple,
sure.
you just brown it up like
Mhm.
it'll. That one was more like a direct heat where it just kind of like caramelized the sugars in the pineapple a little bit.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanna do that. I didn't put it on the list, but I'm actually gonna, like, put that on my list of things to do. I actually kinda wanna make, like, a Hawaiian burger. It's been something I've been thinking about
Ooh.
for a while where, like, have a nice, decent sized patty, try to make it almost like a double burger where I wanna have, like, a decent sized patty and then
Mm-hmm.
try to cut the same thickness pineapple and throw that on the grill
Oh yeah,
and make almost like a double patty and somehow make it, more Hawaiian flavor or whatever. But
that'd be
yeah,
good.
I forgot about that. But I've never done the fruit thing before ever.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
I would
I'm into
recommend
it.
it.
I'm gonna try to do it this summer. That's on my summer goal list. And I'm adding it to my summer grilling goals list now for sure.
Yeah, just
And
look into the prep work because I feel like one of them we
yeah.
had to like soak it or whatever. I think we forgot to do a step the
Oh,
first time, and they weren't
interesting.
great. Like so,
Like it needed more water actually, huh? To
we've
to
done
hold
it
up to the
twice.
heat of the grill?
No, it was like it just needed like the flavor to like more like permeate, like the sugar to get
Mm.
in there to break it down or whatever. I can't remember
Oh,
exactly what it was, but the first time we were
interesting.
just like, these are not that great, or we had the heat too close and had to pull them off too fast, and they were like kind of hard. Like when you cook them, I
Oh.
think they got a little bit more soft or whatever. I can't remember what
Mhm.
we did exactly, but
So you're
just make
saying
sure.
when yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say just to make sure that you're doing it right, and maybe watch
Mhm.
somebody on YouTube. I find that like when I look at the recipes on YouTube, the people are closer
Mhm.
to legit. Like sometimes when it's written word, for some
Mhm.
reason their like timing's all off on some of them. They're just like you're gonna
Oh,
put it on
yeah.
the grill for 3 minutes, and
Mhm.
3 minutes later you look at it and you're like, this hasn't done shit.
Right.
What 3 minutes? You have the hottest grill in the world? I don't understand. Nothing has happened to these peaches yet.
Nothing.
So
Nothing.
yeah, but on YouTube it's like they can't fake it almost. It's like,
Mhm.
it's almost like some of the posts out there are somebody regurgitating somebody else's like,
Somebody else's stuff.
they said
Mhm.
to do this. Did they say 3 minutes? I think it was 3 minutes. But on
Right.
YouTube, they're just like, yeah, it's been in the grill for 15 minutes now. Let's check it out.
Mhm.
It's almost like
Right.
they can't fuck it up because they just did it. They're telling you what they did as they're
Right, right.
doing it. So
It's like real time and then they're just editing
right,
the 15 minutes out and saying like, "Hey, this I just did it. This is how long it took."
right, yep.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, the so the smoking the mango barbecue because I love mangoes. They're so good. And
Mm,
that's what made me think about doing the smoked mango because I
Yeah.
make barbecues. Like I've made barbecue sauce now from scratch, and none of that ketchup bullshit. By the way, there's no
Oh,
ketchup in my
dude,
barbecue sauce.
those annoy the shit out of me when you look
I
at it and
fucking
they're just
hate
like,
those recipes, dude.
yeah, there's so many of them. They're just like, you're like, how do you make your barbecue sauce? And they're just like, this, that. You're gonna need a lot of ketchup. You're like, what the fuck? We're just mixing other
Flavored ketchup.
sauces. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I want to actually make something. Like
Oh
if
yeah.
I'm gonna use store bought sauces like ketchup, then I might as well just go buy barbecue sauce. What the hell are we doing
That's
here?
exactly the same way I felt about
Yeah,
it, and that's also why this mango one came up is because I've never even really seen mango barbecue sauce, but, like, I love mango salsa and stuff on my, like, summertime shit, and I just
yeah.
thought, like, "Oh, dude, I'm I'm trying to make a mango barbecue," and then for some reason, it just flipped, and I'm like, "Oh, smoked mango barbecue sauce. I'm gonna marinate a fucking
Mm.
chicken in that." I'm so excited.
Ooh,
Yeah. I'm gonna
that would
make that.
be mm. Chicken,
Takes all day to make a barbecue
chicken,
sauce. That's a
chicken with
trick.
a sweet and smoky. Like if you
Right.
can get sweet and smoky, like pretty much any combination of that works with
Mm.
chicken.
Yeah, that's why I wanna do it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, what time is it?
It is
Time
11:30.
11:30. That's kind of late to go fire up the grill, I guess. I'm really just like, man, I want to go light up
Now
that
you
grill, get some things
wanna go
going.
I know, you wanna go grill right now.
I just
That's
want
the
to go
point,
light
I
it up.
guess. If you're grilling, you share it with us, please. We wanna interact with you, and I wanna see your grill. Like, show me your grilling beer and your barbecue chicken. I wanna see it. We're on all the
Yes,
social medias. Just look us up.
yes,
REELAFTV. We're all there. We will chat back with you.
yep.
Trust me, you're going to be seeing some grilling beers this summer on
Oh,
the
we're gonna
social
be
media.
grilling. Yes, because I am. Oh, I'm full in, and we've been looking into getting a propane grill too. I'm a charcoal
Oh yeah,
guy, but just with my job, I'm like, man, it would be dope to
sure.
just come home and be like, "Boof, now we're
Yep.
grilling. Boof, now we're grilling." Oh, turned
Okay.
into a song. I wasn't trying to, but like that tick tick tick, it just hit me right.
Oh, I know. I know. That was great.
Dude,
That
you
was
know what
so like
I
it was
saw
just
on
on. I felt it.
I saw an Instagram one where they turned on the pilot light and the tick was the perfect thing to start the Tricky song, the Run DMC. It was just like tick, 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 and some ladies just like dun, 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 dun. I can't remember the words to that verse part, the
Yeah, I
exactly
know
the very beginning of it.
the very beginning. Yep.
Yeah. It was perfect.
That's
Perfect.
awesome. So I want to make brats. I'm gonna home make brats because I have some pig intestines
Oh,
just sitting in the freezer. I want to do that because we have pork and we have the intestines and stuff like that. Mixing some veggies. Do you grill brats
I
at
do.
all?
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot it depends on what kind they are and I boil them first.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. That's
Yeah.
the trick, right? You
Yeah,
have to
boil
boil them first.
yeah, yeah. It really depends on who you are. Like
Okay.
if it's my parents, we're boiling them first because we need to make sure everything's cooked. And they like my dad prefers stuff well done like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for
Mm-hmm.
me, if
Mm-hmm.
I grill up a fat brat and it's a little bit pink in the middle, I don't give a shit. I
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
Yeah.
So
Pork's actually not
yeah.
that bad anymore anyway. It's
No,
the
pork.
grind that you actually have to worry
Yeah.
about. So if I'm grinding it and making it myself, I know where
Yeah.
the meat was. I know when it came out of the
Right.
freezer. Like I know everything about it. It's
Yep.
not that big of a deal.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on where it comes from. Because if you ever see like top tier chefs make
Mm-hmm.
pork, when they
Mm-hmm.
cut that shit open, it is pink in the
It's
middle.
pink.
Like
It's still pink.
pink,
Yep.
pink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they definitely aren't getting it to a very hot temperature on the
Right.
inside.
Right.
So yeah, you don't have to cook it as hot as chicken. But some
No,
people
no. Actually, if I remember all my training correctly, pork is 140 only. Like it only needs to be 140.
right.
Don't quote me
Yep.
on that internet.
Yep.
Go look it up yourself before you
Yeah.
go eating some raw pork. But
But
I think
pork
that's what pork
because
is recommended.
yeah, but pork because people were giving it the nickname of the other white meat. People are thinking they got to cook it like chicken. You're just like, no, it's the
No,
other
no,
white
no,
meat when
no.
it turns white like that, it's overdone.
Yeah.
So chill on that. Unless it's a brat, you can boil a brat, and then when you see that thing turn white, it's perfect. Then bring that
Yeah.
out and throw it on the grill. Get your grill marks and that grill flavor.
Oh, that's so good. You have to go hit it on the hot grill and just get those sear marks on that skin. So
Yep.
good. How do you boil your brats before you throw them on the grill though? Because we learned from Tyler, he's on the Food Network. Tyler, forget his fucking name. He taught us a technique where you know how when water's boiling you can see the bubbles, but they're not, like, they're just forming on the bottom.
Yep.
That's what he taught us. How do you do it? Is that what you do?
Oh no, I don't. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Is that so like it doesn't like boil out the juices or whatever? So it doesn't like actually
it's like
cook it?
you'll never pop the skin if you keep it that way. So it takes longer.
Oh, okay.
And you have to watch it, but like the skin will never break when you do that.
That
pretty
makes
much.
sense. I don't think I normally like I've had trouble with the skin breaking on brats. That's more of a hot dog deal, I guess. So I don't know. I turn it on and I shut it off right away. So maybe I'm kind of doing almost the same thing.
Oh.
Like I get it to boiling and I put the brats in and then I kill the temp. Like it doesn't need to get that
like
hot.
You cut the heat right there as soon as it's boiling.
Yeah, I know the water's hot enough to like start cooking it through, because even if it doesn't get fully cooked through, I'm like, I can see that the cooking process started.
Right.
And once I throw it on the grill, it should finish it up. So I've never really thought about it too much, but I'll have to try that next time.
Yeah. How do you not pop? Okay, so I've always had that problem with brats. It's like, look it up. Dad grilling is a thing, which is what you just said about your dad. Over grilling. So dad grilling, it's a thing. Let's not be those dads, everything. Tim. We're not those dads.
My dad is just like one of those dudes that loves the burnt flavor too. Like he just like, wants his hot dog or hamburger, anything, like keep it on. Even the hamburger. My wife likes the hot dogs cooked a lot. Same with her marshmallows or whatever. But my dad's like looking at the burger patties the last time I grilled. He's like, any of these darker? I'm like, no, I fucking grill like a boss. These are perfect. I guess I can go throw one back on for a while.
If you want me to just let it sit there and turn to a puck, I can do that for you, Dad.
Right.
But no, what I was saying though is like I've always heard that about, brats, is that you'll get a brat and it just has that huge split down the side. It just popped open. Because they have, if you get a good brat, like the ones that I want to make, it'll be real casing, and that casing just snaps.
Oh.
And I just had a grill out not too long ago that I was at, and it just was like a split. It was like the brat was just a bun because it was just split so heavy down the side of it.
That's weird.
Yeah, I can't believe you've never seen that or done it. Wow, you're like, you are just a grill boss.
When it's like regular casings, it doesn't do it for me.
Huh.
But I guess I don't know. Like
maybe I'm getting more synthetic casing than I thought I was.
I get the splits on like when there's no casing on like an Oscar Mayer or like a Ballpark. Some of those will split on the side, but if it's like casing like a brat or like an Ambassador hot dog, I don't have the splitting issues. Like we almost always have to use a fork to poke it because none of the casing has busted, and like we'll poke it with the fork before we eat it because that first bite the juice is going to be like just fucking
burn your fucking mouth off. You can't even taste the rest of it.
Poke the hot dog with the brat with a fork to relieve some of that pressure. So I really don't think I can't remember splitting a brat. I don't know.
Maybe you're just that fucking good, dude.
I have no answers. I guess I've been doing it for a long time and I don't really think about it.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. And you were the first one to show me this technique of the oil on the grill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Explain that for the people.
So before you grill,
because you can't spray, first of all.
Yeah, you can. It's just like
there is a such thing as grill spray, but
it's even like with regular Pam and stuff, it's flammable. So take your, the this is not a call to action. Don't be like, go grill, do it, see what happens. No, I'm don't do it.
Don't
It
do it.
might ignite, and then you have problems. But
Right.
So I take like a paper towel mainly, and what I do is I have like not a ramekin, but like a little glass dish. I can't remember what they call, and I'll
Yeah,
put
they're just tiny little glass bowls. Like, because
and I'll
that's what I
put
use too.
and I put a little oil in there, and I do it once the grill is hot. I'll use the wire brush to like clean the grate first,
Mm-hmm.
but then I go out there and I use a tongs and I just wipe that oil onto it, and it cleans the
Right
grill
on the
grate,
grate.
but then it also like lubricates it so you can put your meat and you'll be able to flip it easier later. And you can do it with like vegetables and stuff. I've seen it done with
No.
onions.
Mm.
Like grab an
Mm-hmm.
onion, dip it in the oil, and then use that to
Oh,
put the thing on for a little extra flavor or
dude.
whatever.
Hot tip. I love that
Yeah.
one. I never even thought about it, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah, I've never done it because I don't have an onion sitting around just to chop it and have to put oil on it. But I
To
have
put
paper
oil.
towels handy all the time.
Right. You got to come over for the video one on patreon.com/reallifetv to get that joke. That was great.
Paper towels, you can use it for
Oh
a lot of
no,
stuff. Like when you slap a
baby's up
can.
again.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so anyways, we had a little break there. I don't know if it's going to transition or not. Okay, the oil. So the oil on the grill. You were telling me like you use like a paper towel or something like that.
Yep.
I was looking up oils for that because like the smoke point of oil, right, is
Yeah.
different depending on the kind of oil and stuff like that.
Yep.
Been watching a lot of the Good Eats lately because we got Discovery Plus, so I've been like watching Good Eats Reloaded and stuff like that.
All
Alton's
right.
been using a lot of avocado oil, and I'm like, Jesus, what? They make avocado oil?
Yep.
That shit has a smoke point of 520 degrees, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's good shit, but it's more expensive too, so
Is it expensive?
it's not super expensive. It's just like I don't know if they have it readily available at Costco, and I buy canola oil from Costco
Oh,
in bulk. So
nice. Right, yeah. I looked up
that's
canola oil because that's what we use to deep fry,
yeah.
and for the most part. And so I looked up canola oil and veggie oil. They're the same thing, basically, like 400 to 450. And I just was thinking to myself, I'm like, does it matter? Is it good for the grill? Like, is one way or the other, like having a smoke point or not? Or does it even, is it just like, who gives a shit? You're grilling, it's outside.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Like I guess if the smoke point's higher, maybe it stays more oily and actually like coats it better. You know, maybe you get
Oh,
better
yeah. Like it's not just burning
non-stick.
off right away.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would
I
think
wonder.
that my grill grates, like when I'm starting it up,
Mhm.
there's a good chance that those things are over 500 degrees. So I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, for sure. That's why I actually wanted to, or that's why I looked up the temperatures
Yeah.
of the different, of like a few oils that I had in my head that I've been catching and watching Good Eats. And I was just like, I wonder if that's got to make a difference. So I just started Googling, like, what's the smoke point of avocado and peanut oil? And like, because I know Alton's broken that down before in some deep frying episodes. And so, yeah, that was the whole reason why I wanted to bring it up, is because I was just curious if you have tried it and experimented with it, since you were the one who showed me the whole oil
Right.
technique on the grill anyway.
No, I've only used canola because that's just always what I have on hand. But I
Right.
have thought about using other ones. I just never have the other oils with me. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you're not
have
just
thought about
buying.
like even the flavor and stuff. Like peanut oil can make
Oh,
your
really?
food taste different if you deep fry it. And I was like, what? Like
Mm-hmm.
peanut oil? Like if the flavor, I never really taste the oil, but I was like, peanut oil might be good, like with burger patties. Like it takes on
Oh,
the like a little bit of a nuttiness,
a little bit of a nutty flavor. Yeah.
but I don't know for sure. I
Yeah, I
just
guess
go
I'm
with
not
canola.
100% either.
I don't think there's enough to really make the difference in the flavors, so I've never really
Yeah, on the
paid too
grill,
much
like
mind
just,
to it.
yeah, just lubing up the grill is probably not that, doesn't make that big of a difference.
Right? Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
charcoal
No.
does a lot of the heavy lifting for the flavor. So
Yes, definitely. So on that note, the charcoal grill, that's usually what you have, or is that all? That's all you have right now?
That's all I
Because
have.
all I have is
Yep.
propane.
Yeah. All I have is charcoal. All I've ever had is charcoal. I've used propane grills
Damn,
before, but I don't own one. Never have.
really?
Which I'm not against them. I just
Right.
prefer charcoal. And now that like the time constraints are
Hmm.
such that charcoal just takes longer because I have the chimney, you put
Yeah. Oh,
it has
to
like
to
a
start the
space
coals,
in the
right?
bottom. You put all the
Hmm.
coals on the top, put some paper or whatever on the bottom, light that thing
Hmm.
up, and it'll light all the coals to make sure that they're all lit so you don't have any dead spots. And then you dump it
Hmm.
out in your thing.
Hmm.
It takes about the same amount of time to light as your regular coals do. When you put a shit ton of lighter fluid, it saves so much lighter fluid too with the chimney. Barely use
So
any
much
lighter
lighter fluid,
fluid.
dude.
Yeah, I barely use any lighter fluid with the chimney because I just have to light the paper on the bottom. The fire starts the coals, and then the coals in the bottom that get lit just eventually light all of them, and
Yep.
then there you go.
No,
But
they're the best.
yeah,
I watching it, just
yeah,
working with other people's charcoal grills, and watching that thing, and just like, oh my god, if you don't have a chimney, you're not charcoaling right. Because
no,
I walk by now in the neighborhood, since it's grilling season, just walking the dog, and I can smell all the lighter fluid, and I'm just like, "Phew." And I know the lighter
oh
fluid burns off, but you're just like, whoa,
yeah.
dude.
Well, plus, for whatever reason, you put all that lighter fluid on it, and there's still like four coals over in the corner that didn't start. And you're like, what the hell? I put half a bottle of lighter fluid in here. How did those not start on fire? And
Yep.
I've never had that with the chimney.
No.
They all light every time.
Yeah. It's so good.
So,
I
but
love
it
it.
takes like an extra 20 minutes just to get the coals going. So,
Oh,
to have that
sure.
propane is going to be sweet to just walk home and turn it
Hmm.
on, and then
Yeah,
we're
it's
grilling.
super convenient. Yeah, it definitely doesn't give the same flavor, but it's so convenient and delicious, and still tastes
Yeah,
grilled.
yeah. Well, because it's still doing what it needs to do to the steak.
Right. Yeah. It's still getting the
And
char on the skin.
yep, and it's still
Hmm.
a healthier way to cook too. Pan frying, you're normally like cooking it in something or
Hmm.
whatever, or even in its own fat.
Hmm.
Where
Right.
on the grill, like all that stuff is running off.
Is
So
dripping off and burning, and yeah, yep. It's
yeah.
still over a flame.
Speaking of that, since we're doing tips, one real fast tip is I see some
Yep.
people talking about like spray bottles or whatever to have handy in case there's
Oh,
flare ups.
yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
don't mess with that stuff. Just put the lid on.
Oh,
Problem
right.
solved. That's it.
Boom.
Just open up the grates, put the lid on. It doesn't give the coals enough oxygen. Like the fat can drip on it and it'll smoke, but it won't have enough oxygen to actually ignite. And that's all there is
Nice.
to it.
You
Make
just
sure
work the
that
vent on the top.
yeah, keep the ones on the bottom closed and just work that vent on the top. Even with
Damn.
it fully open, I don't have flare ups cooking burgers, and those are the ones that easily
That
ignite.
you When you get a
So
propane grill, you will.
yeah, well,
You have
I
to.
mean that's a lot of that's an open flame, so that's a little bit
That's
different.
exactly it. Yep, that's
So
exactly what it is. Yep. It's just fat dripping straight into an open flame.
right,
Yep. Have you ever grilled a pizza before, Tim? Because we've made pizza over a
yes,
fire before, actually, camping, and
yep,
it's so cool, dude. Was
yeah.
watching again Alton on Good Eats, and I never even thought about it, but like a fire grilled pizza, have you seen that? How like Have you seen those ovens, those
Um,
fire grill ovens? Or
yeah, I've
yeah.
seen like the big brick ovens.
Yeah, brick oven. There you go. Thank you.
Yep.
That's what I was talking about. And like it's super hot in there. They're talking in like over 500 degrees.
Oh, dude, it's crazy how hot they cook a pizza in those things.
Yeah. So like
It's
you could
nuts.
you can do pizza like that on your grill, because a grill can get, open flames super fucking
Yeah.
hot. Crazy,
Yep.
crazy. So what kind of pizza have you grilled? Because you said you have, and I
Yeah.
want to do a fresh one. I've never done that. I have grilled pizza
Right.
though.
Yeah. I've grilled pizza, but it wasn't fresh. It was frozen stuff. That's that same pan
Yeah.
that I have to cook the salmon. Is
Oh yeah, of
just it's just
course.
like it's just like a non-stick, and then just throw the frozen pizza on there.
Sure.
and then just,
That makes sense.
close it up, man.
Mm-hmm. I
Close it up
wonder.
to make sure that you have the heat on there. That's when, like,
Mm-hmm.
I see some people out there, like, I think it's a lot in part to do with TV,
Okay.
because every time you see somebody grilling on TV, they're standing there and just like constantly flipping meat with the grill open. Just put
Yes.
it on there and let it sit. You don't
Right.
have to do anything.
People
Put it
forget
on
that a
there and
grill is
wait.
just a modified oven. Or like the
Yeah.
original. It's the original oven.
Yeah, you're not opening up the oven and flipping that shit all the time. Just put it in there and leave it sit.
Right. Right. No,
And
it's totally 100%. Like I never thought about it, but that is 100% true. It's like people do stand there with just the open lid way too much and flip and wait, and like you just
yeah,
one of the
yep.
best tips I ever saw watching um open fire cooking, and it applies for grilling too, is if you go to flip it and you have to like scrape it off.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
not
this
ready.
doesn't work every time, but you have to, if you have to scrape it off, it means that you're trying to flip it too soon. You have to wait for the char to set in, because the meat will just, when the char gets right, it'll just
Yep.
separate
Yeah,
automatically.
it'll release. Yep. That's the same with like grill or like burger patties and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but burger patties can be a little bit more difficult depending on the fat content of the meat, because the
Oh, sure.
burger with the ground meat can like kind of sink into
Mm-hmm.
the stuff. So even if it's
You
like
can get the
lifting
grate
off,
mark instead of being grill marks on it. It'll actually be grate marks in the meat. Like the meat will seep in between the grate, right?
right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
sometimes it can be a little bit troublesome, especially when you're using fresh burger patties. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're using frozen burger patties, you don't have to worry about that at all. And
Right.
that's another thing I've seen people say, like, don't put cold stuff directly on. Like,
Hmm?
steak, you want to come to room temperature. Burger
Mm-hmm.
patties, you want straight out of the fridge if it's fresh, cold meat. But frozen burger patties work perfectly.
Yeah,
Get the
sure.
grill hot, throw the frozen burger patties on. By the time they're browned on the one side and get the grill marks and stuff, flip it over when they're cooked. Almost every time they're perfect. The
Yeah,
inside is still pink because it like thawed out and cooked because it was
sure.
frozen when you started.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to try with frozen burger patties. They come out perfect almost every time.
Every time you just flip it over, wait a little while, done deal.
Right. And just flip it once. Put it on there. Leave it
Right.
sit for like 6-7 minutes and flip it.
Yeah.
And 6-7 minutes might not be accurate depending on how much coals you use, how close your coals are to the burger patty itself,
Right.
how hot everything is. Like if you got your coals going and then you left the top of your grill off and you come back and all your coals are just white because
Mm-hmm.
they're hot as hell,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take you less time to cook. So
Right.
don't do anything by a rule of thumb. Also, when you're looking at it, when you see it smoke, and you can smell it too.
What,
If it's smoking like crazy and it
like
smells like
your
it's cooked,
coals?
no, like when you got the burger patties on there.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're trying to judge how close to done they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it smells like they're getting done and
Mm-hmm.
it's smoking like crazy, it's probably time to flip it because your coals are probably super hot. Because I've had that before too,
Mm-hmm.
where like I thought they weren't as hot, and I'm like 3 minutes in, and I'm like, those smell like cooked meat. Like I gotta go flip that shit quick. Like I thought I should have had another 3 minutes, but I'm like, I can smell that those are.
Yeah.
It's
Cooking
time to
by
flip
smell.
it. Yep.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. I'm uh I'm gonna cook fresh pizza on the grill. Just a
Yeah.
quick, just completely back to it. off of burgers and onto back to pizza. I'm totally gonna try that. I'm gonna just turn the grill on full throttle and get some fresh dough. And I'm wondering, I'm like, could I just go with the whole time thing that you're talking about? I was like, I wonder if I could just throw a Papa Murphy's right on there, because that's like fresh dough.
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
I might just try
You
that.
probably have to. It might be hard to transfer it though. From the,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can grill that. Well, I
I'm not
suppose
gonna
with the
grill the
pro,
damn paper, that's for sure.
well,
I know that thing
I
goes
would,
in the oven, but I ain't put it
yeah,
on a 500 temp degree,
right.
500 degree
Well, that's what I was gonna
grate.
say. It depends on how high because you have the propane. I suppose it's how high you have the burners on. Like if it's
Oh
just
yeah,
fire down there, it's not gonna flare up like a burger. You're not gonna have shit dripping.
right.
So just the heat, it'd probably work to keep it on the Papa Murphy's thing.
You
But
think?
like me grilling on charcoal,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fucking around with that, man. I might light that shit on fire.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna totally try it though. I got to give it a shot because
Yeah, good.
that was one of the big things I got from Alton when he was because he did the oil thing you were
Oh
talking
yeah.
about.
Yep.
He did that, and then he just cooked his dough straight on the grill, and then he brought the dough inside.
Oh yes, yes,
It was like that's how he
yes.
cooked the dough, and I was like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember if I did that or if I just watched that. But yeah, you. No, I think I did that. I think
Yeah,
I did that. Where you got to cook the dough first because the toppings will cook faster than the whole
right.
pizza. So
Yeah,
if you put the toppings and the pizza together, you're gonna burn the crust before
right.
everything's done. So you got to
Yeah.
pre-cook the crust
Mm-hmm.
and then throw the toppings on. I think I did
Yeah.
do that.
And we've been experimenting with that in the oven and trying to figure it out because we always ended up with soggy middle because the crust seemed fine.
Oh
Then all the
sure.
toppings were on top, and it would just like the
Yep.
toppings juice would drip in and the middle wouldn't get hot because the outside was exposed to the heat and we keep fucking it up. And I'm just like,
Yep.
I'm trying it on the grill this summer. That's for sure.
Yep. Yep. Grilled pizza's good, man.
It's so
I
good.
never I've never made it on propane though, so I don't know
Oh,
how
right.
much different that'll be.
I
But
guess I never have either. We cooked it over fire before. We've cooked it over like a fire
yeah,
pit
actual fire,
grill.
that would be dope.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard. You got to really watch it, but it's
Get
awesome.
that nice smokiness. You could do
Mhm.
that with the charcoal too. You could do that with a propane though. Add the flavor. They have smoke boxes.
Yeah, I actually have one. I've never tried it. I should
Yeah,
do
you
that.
could just put chips in it. That's all it is. You just put wood
Yeah, and
chips
I
in it
have
and it
chips because
heats
of the
up.
smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. I should try that with the pizza specifically.
Give it a
Oh
shot.
shit. All right, man. Well, do you want to give the people any more grilling tips? You got any back pocket
Mm,
secrets?
not really. I mean, you can do a lot with indirect cooking if you never
Oh.
tried messing around that with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Is that when you move
directly,
all the coals to the one? That's the
yeah,
push
you
all the
move.
coals to one side, and then you cook on
Yep,
the side that doesn't have any coals underneath it,
yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
And the big trick to that is when you have the lid on, make sure the holes are over your food, not over the coals.
Oh,
Because if you
that's a
have the
good one.
holes over the coals, the heat's going straight up and out. But if you have the holes over your food, the heat from the coals is going from the coals out past your food, out the holes. Because
Yeah,
it
has
has
to
to
like roll
escape.
through the cover of the
Yep.
grill.
Yep. The heat, the transfer, the direction of where the heat goes is wherever the holes are.
Hell yeah,
So yeah, and I make all sorts of stuff like that. Like
I
bacon.
bet.
Like you can't put bacon directly on the
Oh
coals. It
no,
will burn. But you can
right
cook
for
it
sure.
indirect.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap a
Oh my god.
take a hot dog, cut it down the middle. Take a paper clip because it's a nice the paper clip side, and then
Really?
go on the hot dog and go on the side of the hot dog and slide it down and you cut a groove out and then put cheese in that and then wrap that shit in bacon and then
Oh
cook it
my
indirect.
god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, it's real good. Get a drip pan too. Put a tinfoil drip pan underneath it, so
Mm,
that way you're not making your uh, grill all gross.
yep.
But
That sounds like a really hard thing to clean out. Like, because with
yeah, if
propane, it's
you
different. The
cheese,
whole bottom is a drip pan on a propane
yeah,
grill. Like, you just
I've
have to pull
had
that bitch out every once in a while and
I've
clean
had
it.
whoopsies with cheese, and that's when I take the lighter fluid and I just like douse the whole inside, and then just light it and just let everything burn. Like we're
Poof.
just burning it all today.
That's a fucking sweet way to to clean a grill.
Yeah, dude, this is
That's
fire,
another
man.
grilling tip
Clean
right
it all
there.
up.
Just
Yeah. You make a whoopsie, just burn the shit out of everything.
the whole thing.
But yeah, indirect, you can cook a bunch of stuff, and you can cook for a really long time too if you set the coals up the right way.
Sure.
There's something
sure.
I think it's called like the snake method or whatever,
Well,
and
okay.
you set up the coals where it's like 4 coals stacked on top of each other, and then you layer them so they're all the way around the outside.
Whoa.
And they can be around the outside of the coal, and you can put your meat directly in the center, and you just light the first 4 briquettes, and then as those burn, they slowly light the next 4.
No
And it just
way.
it just keeps burning and keeps the low heat, and it just keeps burning as it goes all the way around.
No way.
Yeah, you can slow cook meat on the grill. Take your time like that. I cook like pork tenderloin and stuff on there.
With that method? You've used that method before?
I haven't used that method, but like indirect cooking. What I do a lot of times is I'll actually take the coals, get them going with the chimney, and I'll put unlit coals on the bottom already, and then dump lit coals on top of them, because it takes longer for the heat to transfer downward.
Right.
So when you put them on the unlit coals, the ones on the bottom will eventually light. So that's how I do it, because I never need that long. Like I'm only cooking it for like that's like an hour. That other snake thing is when you're slow cooking it, like it's on the smoker, where you're cooking that meat for like 3 hours.
Holy
I've never
shit.
done that before. I have a smoker. I just do use the smoker.
right. Yeah, it's just easier that way. Just throw it in the box. Go. Done.
Yep.
Awesome, dude. We now definitely have to share some of our summer grilling on the social medias with the Real AF TV crowd. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
we will.
I might be grilling tomorrow. I don't know though.
I know what
it's one of those where, dude, it's one of those where like everything, all you think about is like, but with COVID, it's like changed things. It used to always be like when it was super hot, it's just like let's just go to a restaurant, sit in the AC, and let somebody else cook for us tonight. You know?
Yeah.
But it's still, my wife's still a little bit not thrilled about going out to places where I'm over it. Like, let's fucking just go. But she's not super, and we got 3-year-olds, so that makes going out to restaurants a little bit hard right now too.
Yep.
But yeah, I might be grilling tomorrow. And if I grill, I'll throw some pictures up on the gram.
Woo! Look us up, REELAF TV, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Of course, on YouTube. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hey.
Yeah.
We got videos, and Tim's got a few videos in the tank. We got videos in the tank. I just have to sit down and edit them. I admit it to everybody. It's on me. I got to get them on the timeline. I got to get something started so that at least we can start editing it. It's not going to be just me alone, but I got to get something on the timeline. I got to get a real basic, like, do beats down so that I can send it to you. You can send notes. We got to go back and forth. There. I said it now, so I got to make it happen. I'm going to get it. It's right. So, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Follow us on YouTube because we got stuff coming.
Yeah. I'm tired. I was trying to like